Another thing that we do is provide guidance on how to run great events. And so I'm really excited to pass the mic over to Becky Holden from Recology, who's going to talk about some best practices for running sustainable events. So as you're thinking about your overall event design, some kind of key things you should be thinking about there. So I'll pass it over to Becky.
Good morning. Thanks, Morgan. I'm excited to be here, and I have a slide deck here that I'll share my screen. So yes, Recology is the collection company here in San Francisco. We are headquartered in San Francisco. We have offices, our operations throughout California, Oregon, and Washington. Here, I'm part of a team that wants to help with zero waste and making sure that we're thinking through how to reduce the impact. So if you have any questions, we've got a one-pager that's up on your resources there that has information I'm covering here, as well as links, and then an email address. You can always just email if you have any questions that I could help with. So to have a zero waste event, it would be great. So your participants are part of a solution and making sure that they're minimizing their impacts and being sustainable. Just a couple of things to think about with planning an event. You've got a lot to coordinate. You need, a venue like Morgan was just talking about. You need attendees, you need a topic, but it would be also good to have somebody on your team who's considering the waste and ways that you can make sure that the event itself is sustainable. So one recommendation is to have somebody take the lead on your team with making sure you've got collection stations figured out and you're thinking about what are the people coming to this event going to create in terms of waste. Where are they going to put that thing? Say it's a napkin from a appetizer, or say it's a stir stick from a cup of coffee. You want to have a collection station. So we have the picture here of the paper boxes, or a lot of these venues will already have the infrastructure. Something to consider is if you're serving food or drink, make sure that you're thinking through those products. And so we recommend reusables, durables, like an actual coffee cup versus a paper cup. Or I guess the alternative to a reusable would be something that's compostable. So a compostable paper cup would be ideal. And then after that would be perhaps a compostable plastic cup, just so that we're thinking through the life cycle of our products. And then encouraging your participants, planning ahead when you reach out to them to say, we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Don't forget to bring your reusables, your reusable bag to carry home any sort of paperwork, or your reusable water bottle so you don't have to take a disposable cup. So those are just some of the topics that are in that one pager that will be up on the portal. And I wanted to just quickly go through what Recology is and what we do, because this is what I'm passionate about, and I think this is what we all are aware of. So I know I'm speaking to people that are on the same page as me, but 70% of what the United States is putting into the landfill, we realize could be recycled or composted. San Francisco is ahead of that. We've got some great programs, and I have a quick video here to just show you what it is that San Francisco does. This is kind of a teaser because Recology will be hosting a tour as part of SF Climate Week. So if you're really burning interested in this, then please sign up for the tour. So here's the quick video. We have the largest footprint of our streams is what is put into the recycling. All of San Francisco's recyclables are picked up by our white collection trucks and taken to Recycle Central, which is this massive warehouse where the material is sorted into 16 different commodities, including cardboard, newspaper, plastics, glass, aluminum, bimetal, various kinds of plastics, and all baled up and sent out to be recycled at different facilities throughout California and then worldwide. So this is Pier 96. You can see it's got many conveyor belts. We have AI sorting technology, optics sorting. We have robots. In this part of the video, we'll show you a robot will be grabbing items and sorting it off a conveyor belt faster than you can blink your eyes. It's just grabbing specific types of plastic in this example and pulling it quickly. So we're excited about that and would be happy to show you. So there's bales of cardboard going. That's the largest by far volume of material we are collecting as cardboard. You can understand why. The green cart is the second largest portion of San Francisco's discards. So many things can be composted. They don't need to go to landfill. So the collection trucks brings all of the compost material, food soiled paper, yard waste, compostable products back to the transfer station. It's brought out to a composting facility. It's ground up. It's turned into beautiful soil amendment. This compost is spread on farms, vineyards, orchards. It helps to pull in carbon out of the air. It helps with um, reducing water needs because it prevents drought, and it also helps with nutrients. The smallest part of San Francisco's waste profile is garbage. So this is the gray cart products. They're not sorted. They're not recovered. Anything that's picked up in the gray cart does go to this big pit. It's called the pit. It is compacted by a tractor and loaded and sent to a landfill. So that would be, the last thing we want to see is material going to a landfill. Sometimes people have questions about what goes where, so I'll just quickly go through that, but I know we're all probably experts. This is the kind of signage we would recommend having above your recycling. Just if you're not from San Francisco, quick note, we do accept coffee cups, ice cream cartons, and then in the bottom right, you see milk cartons and juice boxes. Materials, I know you're aware, but glass can be recycled again and again and again into glass. Paper can be recycled several times. I think it's 4 times before it kind of is used up and turned into something that can't be recycled further. Metal can be recycled again and again and again. And as we all know, plastic is downcycled, typically getting one more life, is what I call it. So for example, this type of plastic could be recycled into a fabric, a polyester shirt, as this gentleman is modeling. In San Francisco, we can take all food scraps, all food soiled paper, bones, shells are included, paper boxes are included. And then as you can see, we're calling out that if a product is labeled compostable, it has to specifically say compostable. Well, we can accept that in the compost. We can't take anything that isn't clearly labeled, and BPI certified is preferred but not required. This is just a quick, remember not to put anything that's not food scraps, so the aluminum and the plastic are not accepted. Those would be considered contaminants. And then the types of things that need to go to landfill would be chips bags, candy bar wrappers, soft plastics, and any sort of PPE. This was one that I figured I would include, but things that are 2 different kinds of material, like paper bonded to plastic or a metal bonded to paper, those are 2 dissimilar items. So those don't go into the recycling because they're 2 different materials. Those would be sent to the landfill. I think we have time for a few questions if anybody has any burning. Otherwise, we can continue.
And if you do have a question, just raise your hand and then I can call on you and you can go off mute. And in the meantime, I actually have a question. I think I noticed in the video that the robot was pulling out those Amazon package bags. I think that's a common one that people get confused about because it looks like you could recycle it, but you actually can't, right?
Yeah, so the term recyclable really just means it could be melted and turned into something new. So perhaps those plastics could be recycled, but within San Francisco, we don't have a way of getting those to somebody or a company that would take them and turn them into something new. So in San Francisco, those do go to the landfill, which is unfortunate because they typically have that blue chasing arrows symbol on it. So it's very confusing.
Yeah, no, that's helpful. I know my roommates and I always have conversations about which thing can go where. But another one that I thought that I also get confused on, the clamshells. So the plastic clamshells are recyclable?
We can accept rigid plastics, so a clamshell would be considered that. And then the sorting technology we have uses optics in order to they shoot a laser and it can read the composition of the plastic and know which bale to put it towards. If it's number 1 plastic, like it would go with the other number 1 plastics, HDPE, LDPE, and other types of plastics, the polystyrenes and things like that.
That's amazing. So, for anybody who doesn't know and is in San Francisco, Recology does organize tours on occasion. So, you can sign up for those as a community member and go and actually see a lot of what you saw in the video in person and get an even deeper dive around all the different technologies that Recology is using. Becky's modest, but Recology is one of the leading recycling and waste management companies in the US. And we're really excited to have them as one of our partners for SF Climate Week.
Thank you so much, Morgan.
And Becky, I know you need to jump, so I'll let you hop off for now and we can continue with some more questions around the calendar and event submission process.
Sounds great. Thank you. Bye, everybody.